Welcome. My name is Grace from Modica Yoga. This is a practice for the end of your day. May you enjoy a deep rest and a nourishing sleep. Namaste. Good evening. Welcome to the end of your day. This practice, I hope to prepare the body, the mind, the heart for a deep and nourishing rest. To begin the practice, we're going to spin ourselves around and come into child's pose. You can separate your knees nice and wide, but touch the big toes together. And this way you can snuggle back and sit back more fully. Let your arms come forward, but rest the elbows down softly towards the earth. And just dip your heart down, head down, forehead to touch the ground, or some support like a blanket would work as well. And then right away, invite yourself to settle into the breath. Just become aware of the gentle rhythm of your breathing. To me, the breath is always like listening to the ocean or the sound of a soft breeze in the trees. Like coming back to nature and coming back to yourself. So as you enter into this conversation with the breath, let yourself be invited to move deeper inside. Become aware of your breath as it moves across the back of your body, particularly into the low back. And sense that as you let go of each exhale, there's a feeling, a sense that you go and settle deeper into your hips. Just pause here for a few more breaths, letting yourself sink into this moment. On your next inhale, look forward between your hands and start to draw yourself all the way up. And take your knees slightly closer together. And follow your breath forward as you draw the inhale into the belly. Soften your heart. As you exhale, round your spine deeply. Tuck your tailbone under and gently gaze towards the heart. Inhale, very soft between the shoulder blades, lifting your heart forwards. And exhale, as fluidly, slowly follow the breath back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come forwards. And exhale to draw yourself back. Making space in all the muscles of the low back and between the vertebrae. And then breathe in, come forwards. Now tuck your toes under, walk your hands slightly forwards, and press the palms of the hands deep into the earth as you lift your hips up. For now, keep a generous bend in your knees. Draw a deep breath in, lift your arm bones away from the earth as you melt the heart in deeper, moving into the upper back. As you exhale your next breath, let the left heel start to gravitate toward the earth, stretching out. And inhale, bend your knee, right heel back, exhale. Inhale, and exhale, left heel down. Inhale, exhale, right heel into the earth. And then bend both of your knees, lift your sitting bones way up to the sky. So you get like a curve in the low back, knees still bent. And then exhale, start to stretch out through the backs of your thighs, reaching your heels towards the ground. Stretch out. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, exhale through the mouth like a soft sigh. Just letting go. Perfect. Now look forward to your hands and step your left hand closer to the right so that now you can step the left foot forward outside of that hand. Go nice and wide, very spacious. Plant the sole of your foot to the earth. Come up onto fingertips. Draw a deep breath in as you elongate from the belly into the heart, lifting up. As you exhale, gather in your legs so the legs become a little stronger and pull the left outer hip back in space. Can you see how that happens? Pulls back in space and then sit lower into that leg. Now walk forward, and if you like, you can take your forearms towards the ground or onto the ground. Good, and then pause. And the pause let down a little bit, like you're sinking into the earth. As you take your next breath in, lift the spine forward, heart forward, head forward. So you stay nice and long in the upper body. And as you exhale, sink in a little deeper, letting down. And stay with your breath. Staying in awareness of this gentle kind of current of the breath. Each breath, as it washes across you, brings with it a deep sense of calm. Brings with it its inherent sense of tranquility, quiet. And then walk your hands back. Place your palms on the mat, wiggle your left foot in so that the left hand can then plant down as well. Step back, downward dog. You can just simply switch the legs, right hand to the center, so you can step the right foot forward. Take as much space as you need, go nice and wide. Walk your hands forward slightly. Inhale, lift your chest forward, heart forward. As you exhale, you take a little bend in the elbows so you sink into the chest a bit. At the same time, make your legs stronger by pulling them toward each other. Draw the right hip back and sit down into the right side. And then if you like, you can take forearms down as well. And then pause. Let yourself get quiet. In the quiet, sense the soft currents of the breath. Sense the way that each exhale softens the physical body, allowing the muscles to start to let go, surrender into the support of the earth. Wonderful, and walk your hands back. Plant your palms down. Step back, downward dog. Stretch out. Very good. Lower your knees onto the earth. And flip yourself around. You're sitting down on the ground. So this is a great practice to have a blanket for. So if you find that sitting makes you feel a little unbalanced, then sitting up on a blanket is going to be an excellent support for you. Start by stretching your legs forward. And pick up the right leg and cross it all the way over the left. So it's going to cross over so that you're resting on the outer foot, and the outer knee will then cross on top of the lower leg. Yes? So either stay as you are here, just like this, or you can tuck the lower leg under as well, so now both knees stack together. Gomukasana. Either of those is wonderful. And placing your hands on your legs, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Listen for the breath. As you inhale, open the heart out to the night. As you exhale, allow your right fingertips to touch back behind you. Cross your arm over to twist towards the right side. You want to very gently look back and then soften your gaze. As you settle into the breath more fully, feel the hips get heavier. Let down a little bit. And allow yourself to be more supported, more held in the earth. And inhale, bring yourself back to the center. Lift up through your chest. As you exhale, you can start to walk forward. You may not come very far, particularly if the leg is straight. It's going to come a little bit of distance. You're going to find you a little bit of an edge, so very deep stretch. And you can start to curl yourself forward. Rounding through the spine slightly, dipping down toward the earth. And inhale. Walk yourself back up. Take your hands behind you to uncross the legs, stretch them forward. Second side. So we're going to cross the left leg over the right and anchor the outer knee onto the lower knee. And the second part of taking the other leg back will be optional. Good. And feel like you're balanced on both sides. Sense the weight of your hips settle into the earth as you settle into this form. And touch your fingertips behind you, cross the right arm over the chest. Lift your chest and exhale to twist back. And then soften into it. So instead of really pushing the boundary of how far to go, just let yourself get more weighty in the hips. Feel yourself drop down a little bit. On your next breath in, turn back to the center. Fingertips behind you, lift your heart, root your sitting bones into the earth. If you have a little space to work with, you can do a little walk forwards. You're going to find your edge. It will be very apparent. The edge will be very apparent. And pause and whatever that place is. Just stay for a few breaths. If you'd like, you can come forward, curling your chin across your knee. Rounding your spine like a turtle shell and dipping in toward the earth. On your next breath in, come up onto fingertips, walk your hands back, uncross your legs. All right, now take the soles of your feet together, but rather than being close towards the top of the thighs, you want to be really nice and spacious. As far away as you feel comfortable coming. And then draw a deep breath in, lift your chest, broaden your heart. And as you exhale, you're going to start to dip yourself forwards. So there's a point that the back is going to round, and in this particular form today, this is good. You can go for this. Just draw the low belly in a little bit. Allow your chin to curl in towards your chest. This is not straining, you're not pulling, just letting yourself go where the body wants to go. And bow forward. And then just breathe and allow the breath to really be the ticket that draws you forward. It takes you in deeper. Just sense that with each exhale, as though the body is really surrendering, letting go of any tension, letting go of effort, and instead giving yourself away to that sweet, supportive quality of the moment. And on your next breath in, gently lift the heart, come up slowly. Wrap your hands around the outer legs to pull the legs towards each other. All right. We're going to go a little wider now, so allow the legs to come out to the side. And this is really where a blanket becomes a good friend. So if you find it hard to sit up, like you want to roll back, then I recommend sitting a blanket or placing a blanket under your hips. So the tops of the thighs sort of hang off the edge. Good. And then look to your feet. You want to tilt the toes up toward the ceiling like this. So there has to be a little bit of effort in the legs. Just enough. No more than that. Good. And take a deep breath in and lift your chest forwards. And as you exhale, feel the weight of your outer hips settle down toward the earth more. Allow yourself to kind of give and surrender. To me, the night is about surrender. As though the night itself were like wrapping her dark cloak around us like a very sweet embrace, welcoming us to let go completely. So if you find that you're comfortable where you are and you'd like to come a little deeper, you can start to walk the hands forward. You're going to make this action nice and slow. So we all have an edge. So when you reach your edge, you start to feel a bit of a pull. I'd love you to stop there. And then take a breath in, and as you do, come up onto fingertips and lift your chest forward. Root the thighs down. So particularly the inner thighs are going to root and anchor into the earth more. And keep that, but as you exhale, just let the heart sort of dip down. Yeah, and again, follow the breath through. So as you inhale, nice and long, like a gentle, fluid rhythm through the spine. And as you exhale, melt in. Again, breathe in, follow the breath, nice and long and full. And as you exhale, just let go, dip down. Breathe and let go. And stay for 2 more breaths. Allow yourself to be still. And inhale. Slowly walk your hands back. Wrap your hands underneath the lower thighs and drag your legs in and towards each other. Okay, now we'll turn around and we're to roll onto our back. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Just rock very softly, very gently from side to side. Particularly if you tend to get a little bit of tension in the low back, then take your hands to your knees so you can roll on the lower back, the backs of your hips more. And ease out any tension you may still be feeling there. Excellent. And then drop the soles of your feet onto the earth. Pull your left knee in towards your chest, cross the left ankle outside or the top of the right thigh. So this may be enough. If this feels like a good stretch, you're going to stay just like this as you are with the foot on the earth. So to come in a little deeper, you can wrap your hands one to the inside, one to the outside of the leg to interlace your hands behind the back of your right thigh. In this way, you can gather the left shin in towards you slightly. Now I'd like you to engage the left foot particularly so that that leg is flexed, that foot is flexed, and the leg is strong. And then put a little bit of pressure into the hands like you were pushing your right thigh into the hands. And it's going to take the legs further away from you. But it will also deepen the stretch a little bit. And keep that and draw the left outer hip away from your head. And stay here and breathe. With each breath, a little deeper. Inviting the muscles to start to soften. Inviting any lasting tension from this day to dissolve, sink away. But feeling okay as you are, you can now straighten the right leg. The left leg will have to come closer towards you so you can get a hold of the back of the calf. You're going to hold the back of the calf like this, only if this is not painful for you. Good, and then take a deep breath in again and gather the leg a little closer towards you. So what's really going to be important here is that the left leg stays strong. So flex the left foot so you're protecting your knee no matter how far you come in. Good, pause here, take a deep breath in. Wonderful. And then exhale. Bend your knee. Take the sole of your foot back down on the ground. You're going to keep the form. The legs will stay the same. Now open your arms out to the side and just lightly drop your legs towards the right. So the sole of your left foot will touch down onto the earth. Good. And then closing your eyes or softening your gaze, just turn your eyes across the left arm. To look across the left arm. Let yourself rest. I'm so close to the night, so close to full, regenerating rest. And then slowly, let's rock back to the center and cross your leg to switch to the opposite side. This time crossing the right ankle over your left thigh. Good, so either stay just as you are, if the stretch is good enough already here, or you're going to grab the back of the legs, interlace your fingers. Yes, gather the leg in towards you a little bit. And now flex your right foot, flex your right ankle, so it stays strong and steady, nice straight line. And then put a little bit of pressure into your hands so that your legs are actually going to push away from you slightly. The lower back will lift off of the earth. This helps to generate a really beautiful opening for the glutes, for the bum. And pause here, and even though we are applying some effort, we only want to put as much effort as we absolutely need to do. Keeping it really minimalized, especially here at the end of the day. Staying soft with ourselves, being sweet, doing less. If you'd like to move in a little deeper, you can extend the left leg toward the sky, wrap your hands behind the back of your calf. Yeah. And going to gently gather the leg slightly towards you. Don't have to go too far. But all the while, it's very important to keep flexing the right foot and keep that knee in alignment with the ankle. So we're not doing any kind of weird bending or in any way compromising the knee joint. And then breathe here for a moment, allowing the lower back to settle into the earth. So great. Good. Release your hands from the back of your leg. Dip the sole of your foot onto the ground and open your arms wide like wings on the earth, palms face down. And to simply allow the legs to drop over towards the left side, planting the sole of your right foot on the earth. And then gently turn the face towards the right side and close your eyes. And wait for your breath in to turn back to the center. Push your hands into the ground to support you as you roll the legs in. Uncross your legs. And then gather your legs towards you. Once again, stretch your legs up toward the sky. Just gently flex the feet like you were standing on the sky. And let your arms rest down at your sides or lightly on the back of the thighs, whatever feels good. It's very effortlessly let your legs float in space. Our feet hold the weight of our bodies all day. It's nice to do like a flip around so that now gravity pulls down the opposite direction. And all of that effort can dissolve And in its place, we're left with this very sweet, calm, and tranquil quality of the night. And just savor a few more deep breaths. And then exhale, bend your knees, lower the soles of your feet onto the earth. And very gently roll to one side. Bring yourself all the way up to sit. Place again, the hands together at your heart. Give gratitude for the blessings of this day. And may we enter into the night an atmosphere, an attitude of calm, of tranquility, of sweetness, and welcome the sweet embrace of Namaste. Namaste.